So, there are 8 Premier League games left. Game week 31, game week 32, game week 33, game week 34, game week 35, game week 36, game week 37, and game week 38. And I'm going to be predicting what will happen in the next 8 game weeks of the Premier League. Yeah, I'm gonna be predicting what will happen in the next 8 games of the Premier League. Well, 8 game weeks. So we've got game week 31. There's some interesting ones in this game week. We got Villa Newcastle. That's a big one for both teams, because Villa, they are currently fighting for a place in the Europa Conference League, and Newcastle are currently fighting for a place in the Champions League. Man City and Leicester is an interesting one as well, because Man City are fighting to win the title still, and Leicester are fighting to get out of the relegation zone. We've got Leeds and Liverpool. Not so much of an exciting one. West Ham and Arsenal. Arsenal fighting to still win the league. West Ham fighting to get out of the relegation zone. We've got some good ones. Got some good games in this game week 31. Tottenham Bournemouth, not too interesting. Southampton Crystal Palace. Southampton need to win this one to get out of the relegation zone, even though it probably won't happen. Forest and Man United. Man United are still fighting to get a place in the Champions League. Well, still fighting to get third. And Forest are fighting to not be relegated, which I don't think they are going to be relegated as it stands. Yeah. And then there's Everton Fulham. That could be a good one, that. And then we've got Wolves Brentford and Chelsea Brighton. That could be a good one as well, because it's basically it is literally 11th versus 6th, I think Brighton are. So, yeah. And Graham Potter used to manage both teams. So, this is going to be very interesting, this one. Chelsea, I mean, I'd say Brighton have more of a chance of winning this, because Chelsea haven't been at their best this season. So, I reckon Brighton have got more of a chance of winning this. Man City Leicester, Man City win. United Forest. In the turn of events, a very, very extreme turn of events, Nottingham Forest could win this, but it's highly unlikely. Man United will probably take the win. Leeds United versus Liverpool, I'm going to say draw for that one, because it's probably not going to be the best of games. Wolves Brentford, I'm not sure about this one, because it's a game where one team has to stay up, but one team's fighting for European football. So that could be interesting as well. We've got some very interesting games in this game week 31. Yeah, it's very interesting. I mean, Southampton Crystal Palace could be interesting, because Southampton are literally 20th in the Premier League table. So, yeah. Southampton really need to win that one. Yeah. I mean, if they don't, Southampton are probably relegated. But yeah, some very good games in this game week 31. Right, we move on to game week 32. Some brilliant ones in this game week as well. We've got Arsenal Southampton. Arsenal still wanting to win the league. It's first against 20th. We've got Fulham Leeds, the average game. Oh, Man United Chelsea is postponed. Why? Why is Man United Chelsea postponed? And then Liverpool play Nottingham Forest again at Anfield. Bournemouth, West Ham, Brighton, Man City. There's some good games in this game week, but why is Man United Chelsea postponed? Why is that game postponed? Leicester City and Wolves, that is probably the relegation playoff game. It's probably not. No, it's probably not because Wolves aren't in the relegation zone. Newcastle, Tottenham, that is literally the European playoff. Because Newcastle need the Champions League, but Tottenham also want European football as well. And Tottenham are like 5th. So this is literally a European playoff. If Tottenham win this, will they be in the Champions League? And if Newcastle win this, are they secured a Champions League spot for next season? Brighton, Man City. Brighton have got a strong squad, but I don't think it will take much for Man City to not beat them. Man City. No, it will take quite a lot for Man City to not beat them. What? It will take a lot for Man City to not beat them. What? Yeah, basically what I'm saying is Man City will win. Liverpool Forest. Again, this one's interesting. Because one team's fighting for relegation and one team desperately needs European football. I'm going to go a Forest win for this one. I just think Forest will win against Liverpool because Liverpool have had an atrocious season. But the biggest one of them all, why is Man United Chelsea postponed? I mean, let's be quite honest. Who's watching Fulham Leeds? Arsenal Southampton, no one's watching that. Crystal Palace Everton, that's literally like, if Everton win that, they're not going to get relegated. Brentford Villa, that's another interesting one, because Brentford are again fighting for European football, and Villa want European football as well. Some very good games in this one. Leicester Wolves, not the best of the bunch. Bournemouth West Ham, Newcastle Tottenham, some very good games in this one. I think if Man United Chelsea Man United Chelsea ain't going to be on, I think Newcastle and Tottenham will be the place to go. Because that game looks really good. Game week 33. Liverpool go to London. West Ham versus Liverpool. Ooh, Man City Arsenal. That is literally the title playoff. Even though, like, Arsenal are like, 10 points, 6 points, somewhat clear of Man City. I think that game doesn't really decide who wins the league, because I think Arsenal are, like, too far ahead of Man City. Tottenham Man United is another good one, because Tottenham need European football. Man United also want European football as well, and they do not want to be in the Europa League again. Chelsea Brentford. Chelsea, I think, could win that one, or Brentford maybe. Leeds United and Leicester City. Yeah. It's not really great, that game. It's not a game that's going to be a classic. Wolves, Crystal Palace. There are some good games on this game week. Again, Aston Villa versus Fulham. That's an interesting game. Because Fulham could get European football this season. And Aston Villa also could get European football this season. Everton versus Newcastle. I'm not sure about Everton versus Newcastle, because Newcastle obviously want the Champions League so badly. But then Everton don't want to get relegated. Then there's Forest Brighton. Forest Brighton. I mean, it's average, but Brighton, I think, will probably win that. If they don't, I'll be very, very surprised. But Nottingham Forest are a good team, so I wouldn't be surprised if they won it either. But I think the likely team to win that game would probably be Brighton. Because they've got the better squad. They're just a better team all around, really. They are literally just a better team. I mean, if we take the Tottenham Man United game, for example, Tottenham are probably not going to win this game. Man United, they've got good players. They've got, without Casemiro, they haven't been doing too great at the minute, but Tottenham versus Man United, that one is going to be a cracker. Man City Arsenal is probably going to be a cracker as well. In recent years, we've been known to see Man City win that game, but it's going to be different this year because it's at the Etihad. Last time Man City faced Arsenal in a Premier League game, it ended 3-1 to Man City. But will the result be different this time? Maybe. So, game week 34. Liverpool-Tottenham. That looks alright. We've got a London derby. Arsenal-Chelsea. That's looking good. Man United-Aston Villa. Again, Aston Villa. Another interesting game. I reckon Villa could win this game against Man United. Because this Unai Emery team is really, really good. This Unai Emery team is really, really good. Leicester City versus Everton, not a great game at all. No, that one doesn't really appeal to me. The Leicester City versus Everton game, because Everton they're not the sort of team that win to Leicester when Leicester are literally in a relegation fight. But then again, Leicester will probably lose this 1-2-3-0. Newcastle Southampton. Again, Newcastle have got a really easy run. I wouldn't say easy run, but they've got a few games that they could win. Brentford versus Nottingham Forest. Again, that's one where Brentford will probably win that. Crystal Palace versus West Ham. I'd probably go Palace to win that one. With the form that West Ham are in at the minute, I would probably go Palace to win that one. Brighton Wolves. Probably go Brighton to win that again. Arsenal Chelsea. This is a big one. This season, in the past, Chelsea. This season, Arsenal. In this game, I reckon Arsenal win this one against Chelsea. Man United versus Aston Villa. As I said, Aston Villa are definitely probably going to lose this one. But in an amazing turn of events, Aston Villa could win this one by a miracle. And Man United, without Casemiro at the minute, obviously they'll probably have Casemiro back by then. But without Casemiro, Man United aren't doing too well at the minute. Fulham, Man City, haven't mentioned that one yet. That's probably a game where Man City will win it. Because Fulham are a team that a lot of people haven't expected to do this well. I thought they'd be like 20 points, minus 20 points relegation by now. Well, maybe like 16th or 17th, but they're like 7th. They're like 8th in the league. Like 5th or 6th or 8th, I'm not sure which one it is, but they're like in the top 10, I think. And Yeah, that game should be good. Bournemouth Leeds, again, another relegation playoff. Or is it? Because Bournemouth are actually in the bottom six. So, is that a relegation playoff? Leeds, maybe it is. But for Bournemouth, maybe not. Liverpool Tottenham, that one really appeals to me. Liverpool, it's basically Tottenham. I don't think have a manager yet. But they will probably have one by this point. Liverpool versus Tottenham at Anfield is going to be amazing. Liverpool, I think, have a chance at winning this one. Tottenham have more of a chance. Let's see the percentage on the game. No percentage just yet. But compared to where Tottenham are in the league to Liverpool, Tottenham are in 5th and Liverpool are in 8th. So Tottenham probably have a better chance at winning this than Liverpool do. But I'll for now I'm gonna say Tottenham to win that game against Liverpool because Tottenham have more of a chance, and Liverpool have been disgraceful this season. Game week 35. Bournemouth Chelsea. Interesting. Liverpool Brentford. Brighton Everton. Man City Leeds. Tottenham Crystal Palace. We've gone from having like 3 interesting game weeks to like it being a really crap game week. Bournemouth Chelsea. I reckon Chelsea will win that one. Liverpool Brentford. The way Liverpool are going at the minute, Brentford will win that one. Newcastle Arsenal. That is an interesting one. I would say Newcastle to win this one, but I don't think they will. I've got a feeling that Arsenal will win this because they've come back from big games in the past, like Bournemouth. They were losing 2-0 and then historically came back to win it 3-2. So anything could happen in that game. Fulham Leicester City. Fulham will win that one, I reckon. West Ham Man United. Not sure. Because Man United have been good this season. But might West Ham be better by this point? I'm not sure about this one, actually. Nottingham Forest Southampton. Forest, I think, will win that one. City Leeds. That's going to be a City win. Tottenham Palace. Tottenham Palace is again another interesting one. Because Palace are like mid-table. Tottenham are in 5th. And Crystal Palace haven't really got anything to win or lose. So they could win this game, but Tottenham, I think, will win that game. Wolves and Aston Villa. That's the only one I haven't mentioned, I think. Or have I not mentioned Brighton Everton? I don't think I mentioned Brighton Everton. Wolves Aston Villa. Again, another interesting one because Wolves are in like the bottom 7. Aston Villa really need European football. They're in 7th. Aston Villa, I think, will get a point out of this one. And, yeah, Unai Emery is doing really well with his squad this season, but I do think that Aston Villa will win this one. Brighton Everton. Wow. Brighton, I think, will win this one. Because they're better than Everton, really. I think Brighton will win this one. I mean, if they don't, I'll be surprised. But Everton, over the past few weeks, when they've been managed by Sean Dyche, haven't done too badly. So yeah, it's an interesting game week, this one, I think. So, game week 36. Again, the games aren't that brilliant. Chelsea against Nottingham Forest. Chelsea will win that, I think. Everton and Man City. Man City definitely win that. Leicester Liverpool's a bit more not that straightforward. I think Leicester will not win this one. Liverpool will win this. Arsenal Brighton. I'm not sure about that one. Arsenal, I think, get the win. Crystal Palace Bournemouth. Palace get the win. Villa Tottenham. Yeah, I think Villa get the win in this one. I've just got a feeling Villa get the win. Because Tottenham are quite a mediocre club at times, but I think Villa get the win in this one. Brentford West Ham. Wow. Brentford get the win, I reckon. West Ham, if they're still like this as they are now on this game, Brentford will win this. Leeds United versus Newcastle. Newcastle easy take the W. Easy. Southampton Fulham. Fulham, I reckon. Man United Wolves. Probably Man United take the win. With these fixtures, it's not that straightforward to predict what will happen. But some of the teams on this game week are facing like of Chelsea, Nottingham Forest. Yeah, interesting again. Game week 37. West Ham versus Leeds United. Wolves versus Everton is quite a good one, actually. Man City Chelsea. Wow, that's a good one. Liverpool Aston Villa. Tottenham Brentford. Forest Arsenal. Bournemouth United. Fulham Palace. Wow, there are some good ones in this one. The best one's Man City Chelsea. Let's talk about that one. So Man City Chelsea. Both of the teams have great history. But if we're talking about this season, Man City are probably the favourites to win this one. Chelsea have had 2 managers sacked this season and have got a bloated starting 11. Didn't even know that was a thing. Liverpool Aston Villa. Liverpool with this squad this season, it's just a really, really old squad. The average age for that squad is probably 25 to 37, I'd say. Forest Arsenal. That's a good one, actually. But Arsenal will definitely take the win. Bournemouth Man United. Take your pick. I mean, obviously, Man United win that game, I reckon. But it's one where I can't really predict it because, I mean, Bournemouth haven't done that all that bad this season, so I'm going to go Man United for the win. Brighton Southampton. Wow, Brighton get the win. Fulham Palace. Fulham, easy, yeah. West Ham Leeds. Again, West Ham, if they're like this in that game, Leeds take the win, I reckon, but it is literally a relegation playoff. So, last game week of the season. There are some quite good games in this, actually. Chelsea Newcastle, I think it's quite hard to predict that one. Brentford Man City is an interesting one. Everton Bournemouth doesn't really appeal. Leeds Tottenham, I reckon Tottenham take the win easily in that one. Aston Villa Brighton, Brighton or Aston Villa have a chance at this one. Leicester City, West Ham. Again, not one that appeals to me. Southampton, Liverpool. Liverpool take the victory easily. Crystal Palace, Forest. Interesting. Arsenal, Wolves. Chelsea, Newcastle. I've already said that one. Yeah, all the games are quite interesting. Fulham, Man United. Well, Man United, Fulham. That's interesting, that one, because Fulham have been quite good this season, but Man United have been better. Yeah. So that game is quite interesting. It looks interesting. Chelsea Newcastle looks especially quite good. Chelsea have been up and down all season. Newcastle are currently in the best form ever. And this form could drop that Newcastle are in right now, but it's unlikely to happen. Chelsea versus Newcastle. This could be a very interesting one for the last day. I reckon Chelsea take the win on this one. Narrowly. But Newcastle could make a comeback. Brentford, Man City. Man City take the win in that one. Everton, Bournemouth, again, not one that appeals to me. I think Everton quite narrowly take the win in that game. Palace, Forest. Palace take the win, I think. I just can't see a better result. I just can't see any other result in that game. Yeah. Leicester, West Ham, again. Relegation playoff. Leicester, I think, take the win in that one. No, draw. I'm going to go draw, yeah. Because neither team are good enough to win that. Leeds, Tottenham. Tottenham take the win quite easily. So that is the last 8 game weeks predicted. Yeah, like the video. Subscribe. Normally the way around, but yeah. Subscribe, like, turn post notifications on. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.